I'm not offended or upset that Stephen A. Smith called me fat bastard or that Stephen A. Smith is expressing this kind of animus towards me. I'm disappointed.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. To our regular viewers, thank you for the support. To our new viewers, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Our target is 1,000 likes, so let's hit the like button. So during the Stephen A. Smith show, Stephen A. addressed his situation involving Marcellus Wiley, who accused him of pushing out his former First Take partner, Max Kellerman, from ESPN. According to Marcellus Wiley, Stephen A. pushed out Max Kellerman because he was shocked of Kellerman's intelligence. Stephen A., however, denied being afraid of anybody in terms of intellect because he believes he's either smarter than someone or learns from the intelligence of others to improve his own intellect. He then went on to say that he respects Marcellus Wiley. He then went on to attack Jason Whitlock. To quote him exactly, he said, "I think he's a fat, no good bastard who I despise to the core." If you missed it, let me play the clip itself, so let's listen.
Because I was on a Breakfast Club last week and I made some noise about Marcellus Wiley. I only addressed it because it was asked to me by Charlemagne the God. DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God were interviewing me and they saw some stuff about Marcellus Wiley coming at me, and he said something along those lines about me being scared of the intelligence. I won't even say the man's name anymore, my former colleague, because every time I mention his name, folks lie. They create headlines, they change shit, and they make stuff up. And I'm tired of going through all of that. I've stated my position. I'm not a liar. Look at my book, Straight Shooter, a memoir of second chances and first takes. It's all in there. It's all there. Just go look. But I wanted to reiterate what I said about Marcellus Wiley. Because ain't nobody scared. I'll say what I want to say. What I do want to say is this. A couple of things. The individual who he felt the need to come to the protection of, that's his best friend. So guess what, Marcellus Wiley? I wish I had a friend like you. Actually, I'm lying. Because I already have friends like you. I've got a bunch of friends that will come to my aid. Just like you came to the aid of our former colleague. Who, by the way, has informed me he'll always be a colleague because he'll be back in the business doing this thing. But that's neither be here nor there. My only disappointment in Marcellus Wiley was what he said. To be in the year 2023 and to accuse a black man of being scared of the intelligence of another black man is just one of the saddest things you could possibly do. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt. It was disappointing to hear. But for all of y'all looking for some kind of shade or whatever, we ain't gonna be a hypocrite. I've always had love for Marcellus Wiley. There was never, ever, ever a single day when that brother was not kind to me, that he was not respectful to me, that he was not decent to me. And just because I disagree with what he said doesn't mean that I'm going to clap back at him and offend him. I got mad love for all of my colleagues. Marcellus Wiley was one of those people. I'm sorry he's gone from ESPN. I'm sorry he's gone from FS1. I hope whatever it is that he's doing, and I'm assuming it's something more than just his podcast because the brother's bright as hell. I wish him nothing but the best. If I saw him, the only thing that I would say to him is, bro, really? That's what we doing now? A black man is scared of the intelligence of a white dude? Really? In the year 2023, we gonna say something like that? Because I can assure you, I ain't scared of nobody. Not when it comes to intellect. You know why I'm not scared? Because either I'm just as smart, if not smarter, or I learn from their intelligence and it makes me more intelligent. So I'm always winning. I'm always winning. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want me to address other names. There's one particular person who will remain nameless, and I will not deny it. I think he's a fat, no good bastard who I despise to the core. But it doesn't mean that I wish him harm. It just means I know what he is. That is not Marcellus Wiley I'm talking about. It ain't hard to figure out who the hell I'm talking about. But even then, I wish him no harm. Even though he has made a career out of maligning and ridiculing and trying to wish others the worst. I'm where I'm at. That particular individual is where he's at. And I'll leave it at that. And no, I'm not talking about Marcellus Wiley again. No, I'm not talking about my former colleague on First Take. No, I'm not talking about them. They ain't fat bastards who are seeds of the devil, wishing nothing but black folks harm. But I'll leave that for another day, for when the time is right. In the end, we all have to be strong. We all have to be mindful of the fact that challenges come our way. Adversity is inevitable. Roadblocks are as well. It ain't about getting knocked down. It's are you going to get the hell back up? We want to see it from our athletes. We want to see it from all of us. That's what it's all about. And that's what I'm here to help provide on the Stephen A. Smith Show to the best of my ability. I might not be qualified to do that in a lot of people's eyes. To others, I might be. All I hope is to help where I can. Sometimes it's going to be being as real and as authentic as I possibly feel I need to be. Other times, it's touching on subjects with a heightened level of sensitivity, like I choose to do today. Sometimes that approach is more necessary than others. I hope you can appreciate that.
So after those comments, Jason Whitlock obviously got the chance to respond, and I have to admit that he dissected what Stephen A. Smith said accurately. It's getting messy for Stephen A. Smith. There's no way he'll win this one. He was totally wrong to push Max Kellerman out of First Take. Then on top of it, sympathize with Shannon Sharp after he was pushed out of FS1. It simply does not make sense. So the fact that this whole thing is making him look bad, he's trying to deflect. And this is what Jason Whitlock is talking about.
I'm not offended or upset that Stephen A. Smith called me fat bastard or that Stephen A. Smith is expressing this kind of animus towards me. I'm disappointed, wish that he didn't have that level of animus because I certainly don't have it towards him. But again, I can just say I've put myself in position, and the quirk in my personality allows me to be very, very honest. Stephen A. Smith, not being honest here. Let me walk you through it. And I said this previously. If Stephen A., and give you a couple of examples of just how he was dishonest in that conversation. He says he wants to do no harm and says that how much he loves Marcellus and he's not going to disrespect him. But the first thing he says in a passive-aggressive shot, clear as day, it shouldn't go over anybody's head, I'm assuming he's doing more than that podcast because, he's a really super smart brother. What he just said was a shot at Marcellus. I'm Stephen A. Smith. I got First Take. I'm making $10 million a year. I'm hoping that this Ivy League brother, Marcellus Wiley, is doing more than a podcast. That was a shot at Marcellus Wiley. Clear as day. After he said he wasn't going to take any shots. But again, he's not in a position where he can be honest and say what he really thinks. He then goes on to say, I don't want to harm anybody. And this is all as he's talking about me. He doesn't want to harm anybody. But then he starts taking shots at me. I'm up here and he's down here. And then the real shot he's taking is, and Jason, or Fat Bastard, me, he's built his entire career on maligning and smearing black people. What he's done is he's in hot water with black Twitter, black audience, whatever. He's in hot water with them. His dispute with Max Kellerman and Marcellus Wiley isn't going well. And so what he's saying to the audience, and the whole purpose of why he did this segment on Marcellus, was that so he could direct the animus. Hey, I know y'all mad at me. I know y'all think I was wrong for criticizing Max. I know what Marcellus said y'all are buying into. But let me redirect your attention over to Jason Whitlock. He's the real bad guy. That's, again, we've spent a lot of this week talking about the cowardice of people in foreign countries using babies as human shields and women as human shields and all of that. And that is wrong what Hamas is doing. I don't want to diminish that in any way with these comments, but this is the same type of, or obviously not as bad, but it's the same type of cowardice Stephen A. Smith is showing here. He doesn't want to take on Marcellus Wiley because he can't be honest. He can't say what really happened between he and Max Kellerman. So he says, let me hide behind Whitlock, let me distract, and let me point all the animus at Jason Whitlock. I don't like him anyway. I know that Twitter and social media people love to attack him. And hey, guys, I know y'all calling me an Uncle Tom, but here's the real Uncle Tom. That's the move of a coward. That's the move of a person, or it's a move of a coward. That's a cowardly move. That's the move of a person who doesn't want to engage in this fight with Marcellus and Max Kellerman. Go fight Jason Whitlock, everybody. Leave me alone.
What do you think about this? Please drop a comment. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you.